Oh, yeah, we are back.
Mm.
We are back live once again on this lovely, lovely Thursday evening.
Oh yeah.
Um, let's right off the bat, just let's
Actually,
say it.
can I say that it's not Thursday?
Friday is what it is.
Yeah.
You got me. You passed the test.
Good.
You
Good.
definitely passed the test. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, top of the morning. I
You
don't
know?
know. That's pretty much all I say when I say. And I
Or
have
did you eat or dirty?
I have some Irish in me. So
Yeah, I'm more on the Scottish side, but I'm cool with it. You know.
yeah.
Um, this I they stole my likeness here,
Yeah, it looks just like you actually.
which I need to file some sort of a lawsuit for this
Mm-hmm.
because they've stolen my likeness here. But all in all, happy St. Patrick's Day. Have your green beers and let's enjoy the show. All right,
Yes, sir.
let's enjoy the show.
What are we talking about, man?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Mandalorian, season 3, episode 3.
Okay. Before we talk about this, we got to issue that spoiler warning, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We got to issue that spoiler warning. Unlike the show that we do about the Last of Us, we're a little closer to the actual release date, right? It only came out on Wednesday. Some
Yeah.
people may not have seen it.
That's fair. But I
All
have.
right. I have to. We don't want to spoil it for anybody, though. Go ahead. If you haven't seen it, watch the episode and then come right back. Come
Yeah.
right back.
And then watch this show.
And then watch it again. All right. So this episode was a bit of a weird episode.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like we got kind of an episode inside of an episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this the, like, do you have the same perturbed feeling that you did when the Mandalorian was in the Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah. But like, to be fair, we need a flash up for that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. The Mandalorian was a very welcome guest to the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, thank you for coming, Mrs. Bailey. It was a welcome sight. You know, there was a whole episode about Grogu, and then these are very popular characters, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel like the characters in this were as popular. Did it sit as well for me? Wasn't quite as exciting, you know.
No. And that's something that some of the review stuff has talked about too, is that, you know, some of this felt a little flat.
Mm-hmm.
Like the interactions between the characters, not the fact that we get to like spend an entire episode on Coruscant, because everybody, if you're a Star Wars fan, spending time in Coruscant is probably one of those things that you would just love to do.
I've spent a lot of time there, and I have to say it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's like the Vegas of the
galaxy,
far away.
Did it feel a little dry? A tad, you know. And like I said to you earlier, this is going to be one of these episodes where I'm going to rely heavily on you for knowledge here, because I'm going to admit that I was a little confused on why things were happening.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be straightforward about that. All right. But let's get into where this episode starts, which is right where the last one left off, pretty much.
Yep.
All right.
He's just right at nappy time.
The living waters of Mandalore.
That's right.
All right. Where we met this guy.
Yes.
And was very excited to meet this guy.
I was very excited to meet that guy too.
All right. The Mythosaur. I wonder why somebody had to name this thing. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Why the Mythosaur? That implies it's a myth.
But it's just so epic that it seems like it should be a myth.
Somebody was like, what should we call this thing?
Mythosaur, go with Mythosaur.
You know, not definitely seen it soar.
No.
You know, nothing like that.
And maybe they were called something different prior to like the fall of the actual Mandalorian people.
And then stories changed, the telephone game and all that, right? Bo-Katan is the only one that saw this thing.
Yes.
Okay. Through this entire episode, she does not let on that she sees this thing. Okay. What is her motives there?
I don't know. Like, you get the feeling during this episode, because she doesn't take her helmet back off since she's seen the Mythosaur. She keeps it on. She kind of goes through, and at the end of that episode, we get the whole welcoming piece and whatnot. So it almost seems like she's starting to turn, to convert.
Well, at the very least, she has some sort of a motive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe she's going to come out riding a Mythosaur.
Could that be the case where maybe she feels like if she becomes the thing of legends, right? You know, she could possibly take that saber from Din and, you know, take control of the people as well, right? You know, what is her motives? We'll have to wait to see, but we can theorize.
This is the theories.
Okay. We can theorize about that.
I feel like she's having like a change of heart just based on, you know, the things. Now she's seen this Mythosaur, and Din's a fairly good salesman of the whole this is the way jam. So
yeah. Now, did she intentionally not remove her helmet? A lot goes on.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, they get back to the ship, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, they get back to the ship here, and they are quickly interrupted by the interceptors. The thigh interceptors. Okay.
Yeah. The thigh interceptors.
Okay. Why did I spell that incorrectly?
Yeah. But that was my nickname back in high school.
The thigh interceptor. That's why I thought it was called.
No, it's the tie. It's a tie.
Okay.
Close one.
Yeah, so they quickly get interrupted.
See, my thing with her having the helmet on, though, she's always real quick to take it off if nothing's going on. Like, she'll just pop it off. So why wouldn't she have taken it off after she rescued him even?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But
the last time he was KO'd, she was chilling with her helmet off when he came to. Unless she thought maybe the Mythosaur was going to just pop out of the water and she'd have to go full.
She doesn't even wear it when she's fighting half the time.
Yeah.
Right? So
there's a lot.
I have to agree with you in ways, but in other ways, I feel like maybe she might have actually been thrown off by the end of this type deal.
Could have been.
What happens at the end of this definitely did not. I didn't even consider it, and we'll talk about that.
I was thinking about it.
It didn't even cross my mind, and it was so in your face.
Yeah, from after she went for a dip.
Yeah, did not cross my mind that, you know, in saving Din, she also bathed in the living waters.
That's right.
All right.
She had a bath.
Didn't cross my mind until the very end of this episode. And like, I don't know why. Normally I catch on a lot of things, but this just, for some reason, and it was actually nice to be kind of caught off guard by something.
Yeah.
In these shows, right? So Din is forced to evacuate the ship. Okay. All right. He jumps out and he skydives out of here. Well, the TIE fighters and the Planet Express are after him.
Yes.
All right.
The Planet Express. Well, I think they were just making a delivery. They were on
this
their way.
is legit. I did not add to this.
Mm-mm.
Okay. The Planet Express was in the Mandalorian, I swear.
So now it's canon. Star Wars.
Okay. He jumps out. He skydives down to his cruiser.
Naboo fighter. Yeah.
Right. And then they're off. Now, I didn't get too many good clips of this because it's definitely hard to get action clips, right? But he hops in there and he assists in taking down the TIE fighters. And what a glorious job.
Yeah. I loved it. It had everything you want when you're watching like a Star Wars air battle, right?
Oh, for sure. Darth Fry is a nice one, by the way.
Yeah. I love how they do the ships in Star Wars. Like they're not generic. They all have a different personality almost to the way that they're operated, especially like the custom ships and stuff like that. TIE fighters, you get the classic TIE fighter sounds.
Like the Planet Express.
Or TIE interceptors, sorry, but they sound the same.
The TIE interceptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you get your generic flight paths and stuff like that, but first off, this is a custom ship.
Yes.
That we're looking at here, okay? This is your custom ship flown by somebody who is pretty much a custom character.
Yeah.
Okay, he ain't no, run of the mill character, right? So they fight him off and stuff like that, but not in time.
Well, yeah, by the time they get back, those TIE bombers roll in. The other piece that I wanted us to talk about was the Gauntlet Bo-Katan ship.
Yeah, I couldn't get a really good one with that.
I wish we could have got like even a shot of the way that it moved and the way that the wings shifted so that she did that wicked turnaround move and to
I particularly like how she I like how she specifically says to the R5 unit,
yeah,
don't worry, I've flown these caverns many a times, and then immediately clips the wing off of one of the mountains.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Then again, it has been a while. That was good. Yeah, that whole fight scene was dope.
Yeah, you're right though. That ship and the way it moves, and even the landing, the way the wings fold upward, which we do have a shot of later on. It's just a fantastic ship. And am I mistaken, or was that a stolen ship?
She got it. I think they talked about her getting it from the Empire.
Yeah,
from Imperials. But
at one point they do mention like kind of what happens when you steal their ship.
Yeah, but I mean,
right?
I think those. I don't know if those ships were Empire class
specific.
Ships. No,
right.
I thought they were used by the Death Watch, but I might be wrong too.
You've never been wrong before on this.
Definitely been mistaken on some things.
Anyway, the sad moment of what's this place called again?
Kalevala,
which is it's a temple.
Well, it's like the home base of Clan Kryze.
It's Bo-Katan's home.
Bo-Katan's home,
right? But it gets destroyed.
Yes.
Pretty bad. Bo-Katan, infuriated and willing to go after quite a few of the TIE fighters.
Yeah.
Okay, which they do say this is a lot of ships for the Empire right now. Who's backing this up?
That's right.
right?
And is
There
it Bo-Katan they even want? Like, is it
Yeah.
the ship, or did someone track them and know that Din Djarin?
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who's backing this escapade up.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
It can only it has to be Moff Gideon.
Oh, there are. What is it? Thrawn,
Emperor Thrawn, or
Thrawn,
Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah,
Thrawn.
that's a good theory piece too, I would say. But at this point, because Moff Gideon was such a big piece of the show initially, and the fact that when we get to Coruscant and they're having a conversation about the fact that it's kind of thought that maybe Gideon got away before. Yes, this scene. So they do talk about a piece where that he got away before he was given to the Mind Flayer, which is that machine that messes you up.
Yeah.
Before he could even go on trial, right? So
in this scene, they're kind of talking about the rumors that are going on, right?
And I mean, realistically, the likelihood that Moff Gideon is working for Grand Admiral Thrawn.
So there could be a connection, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, when we're looking at this whole episode, and the whole vibe of the episode being, the Kaminoans, the cloning, and all of those things, and when you look at the last 3 series of movies there with Snoke and stuff like that, there's a lot of little tidbits that I feel like are starting to like put pieces together on who and what Snoke was.
Yeah,
which is nice because he had no backstory other than.
And I think that's what. If correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's where this is going, right?
I feel like it.
Right? Is it Grand Admiral Thrawn? Is it?
Yeah.
This is a character that people have been wanting to see.
Yes.
And they're due to see him.
Yeah.
Right. He's a due character. So having it be kind of attached to Gideon.
Yeah.
Right. Moff Gideon. It's a way to introduce that character.
Yeah. And then I almost feel like we're gonna get like Moff Gideon in this show, and then I feel like maybe the season finale or somewhere closer to the end
they might hint it, maybe
either a hint or just even a hologram of him, so you don't get the full effect of it and it's just the hologram, so that they can push it in Ahsoka. And we've even had those little tidbits of hints around Admiral Thrawn when we saw the Purgils when they were going through hyperspace there, and there was the whale things, right? So they're linking up all of these little pieces nicely. I'm
and they've done a great job of doing that. So.
I'm enjoying the puzzle.
So we now are on Coruscant. Okay. That's the cathedral is what we're looking at there, right?
Yeah.
Where we meet G68.
Yes.
All right. Kane. Explain a little bit who Kane is in case people aren't aware.
She's a mostly uninteresting character that was a communications officer for Moff Gideon.
Yeah. It's
she doesn't and even in this episode I didn't find her that interesting. I enjoyed her the potential double agent stuff that's kind of going down, but
is she essentially going to be a segue? Is this piece a segue piece?
This is a world building piece, story builder, right?
Which sometimes can fall a little flat, but is necessary in a way.
Yeah.
Right. Because we also meet L. Not again. I say meet, but we've met him before.
Yes.
L52. All right. Who is the same guy who tried to do little experiments on our little friend.
Yeah. And that was all, again, fingers pointing to Moff Gideon, but also to the cloning pieces that that created Snoke.
Yeah. So he is now he's in a rehabilitation program, pretty much, right?
Yeah, he's being rehabilitated by the New
The New
Republic.
Republic, and now he is doing a speech, kind of like his induction in his speech type deal, right?
Yeah,
Where he kind of explains his work a little bit.
yeah. So the work that he's doing is to try and put those puzzle pieces together from two different hosts, and I think the theory around that is that it's he's trying to make a clone that's also force sensitive, which would kind of lead to what we get with Emperor
Emperor. Yep.
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
But also in that mix is Snoke, who would be like a strand cast, which is just like
Is Snoke
throwaway clone.
a messed up clone of
That's the
Palpatine?
thought. No, I don't think so. I think he was just like one of those experiments that they were trying to create something and didn't.
Because in some way, like, are they trying to recreate Palpatine type deal?
Mm-hmm.
Is what they're doing
in the final movie when we get to see that kind of clone of Palpatine. That's like the end product of what we had,
of what we're trying to do. So it's kind of what he's trying to do is kind of do like a Snoke / Grogu thing.
Well, yeah, like, or a Palpatine /
right, because he needed
Grogu.
something from Grogu.
Well,
right?
because Grogu has like wicked high midichlorian count.
Midichlorian,
like
yeah. My midichlorian count was really low the other day. I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
And it resulted in missed work and everything. It was terrible.
That is bad. That's not good.
Normally, I have a very high midichlorian count, is what I'm saying.
Oh, like Yoda?
Oh, very much.
Yeah. Grogu.
Grogu. Everybody loves Grogu. Everybody loves Grogu.
Yeah.
We okay. Don't this
episode, but
so while he's talking about the experiments and how he regrets things that he did and stuff like that, right? He has this tell where he plays with his ear, which was previously shot at in one of the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
Right?
Season 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of his tell when he's not being honest.
Right. Because he's scared he's going to get his ear shot off again.
Yeah. Excuse me. Now, when he leaves, I took this shot because I wanted to express how people are kind of like really eating him up right now.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting too, because with the Coruscant Accords, which is like the new big Republic law stuff, it bans cloning. You're not allowed to do it. But all of these people are like super interested in what he was doing and his work and stuff around that cloning aspect. So it's kind of an interesting juxtaposition to what he was doing and how it's outlawed by the Republic, but these Republicans.
It seems like these are just like these kind of the billionaire aristocrats.
Yeah.
That no comment on the word aristocrat.
No, I love that movie.
It's a great movie, actually. Yeah. I once named a cat after one of those characters. All right.
Toulouse.
Berlioz. I'm pretty sure it was O'Malley.
O'Malley. Oh,
because he was an alley cat.
You went with the alley cat. Sorry, yeah. I'm going with the fancy kittens.
No, he was a legit alley cat.
Yeah.
That we found, so we called him O'Malley.
Nice.
On his way out, he gets this very particular droid cab.
Yeah.
Okay. And this droid cab was designed, from what I hear, was designed with the concept of C3PO, and this was like the original kind of concept for C3PO. This was what he could have looked like.
Man, what a different vibe that would have been, eh?
Yeah, much different, but you can see the similarities.
Yeah, he's got
Like
the same eyes.
same eyes, same kind of mouth, type deal. But what a different character, right?
Yeah.
I can kind of like this. Me and this character show a lot of similar, traits, considering it never shuts up.
That's fair.
Right.
It's like the most annoying cabbie that you've ever had.
I enjoyed it though.
Did you? Just
I
the
enjoyed it.
constant rambling about scenery to go look at, and
I didn't, and I think what I enjoyed the most about it is how annoyed he was of the cab driver.
he's like, just
all right.
stop.
It truly did bring me a little bit of joy. All right.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so now we're sitting down and we're discussing those rumors about Moff Gideon.
Yep, and
and
they
stuff
kind of
like that.
pull the good doctor here in for the conversation, and they're kind of going around talking about those things that they miss, and they miss like some weird stuff. Like him in particular just misses plain old dry space biscuits.
Yeah, these space biscuits that still have the Imperial seal on it.
Well, because they're so these things would be like contraband, right? Like those are due to be destroyed. Anything with the cog, like, has got to go. So
yeah. So these are illegal crackers.
Illegal cracker biscuits. Yeah.
All right. Apparently, they're delicious. She enjoys the red ones, apparently,
and apparently no one else does.
Yeah, she seems to like the red stuff, which kind of makes me think, that's kind of a sign of the dark side.
It is.
All right. She is playing him the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, fun fact. Red, though, also were the color of the lasers for the Republic before they were the Republic, when they were still the rebels.
And they weren't dark?
And they weren't dark. The dark side guys had green lasers.
You know what we'll do someday? What I'd like to do with you is we'll go over what these colors mean one day. We'll do a little episode.
Like lightsaber colors, or
lightsaber colors.
Okay, lightsaber colors.
I would like to go over that sometime.
Yeah, because it's fun. There's some cool stuff.
It's fun.
I mean, it's not
a tad confusing sometimes.
Yeah.
But we can do a little research, and we'll go through that one day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's something I think you'll enjoy. I always like to learn a little bit. Right. So, yeah, we got our contraband here, which
contraband biscuit.
She leaves at the door, and it's part of her game.
She gamed him hard, and like the fact that he's a smart dude and saw nothing coming, I just blows my mind.
Yeah. You say he's a smart dude, but then he's got a face like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is his workstation, where he's got all of his little data cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you just doing the face the whole time?
Yep.
All right. And he's been told that all of the Imperial jimmy jabber.
Yeah, everything.
All the Imperial stuff is all being destroyed. Now he's got to catalog it. He's got to put all that through. That's a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just sitting there destroying all your memories.
Possibly destroying some of his own work.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, it's a weird job, but like,
kind of a little bit demeaning too.
Yeah. You know what vibes you get from those scenes where he's sitting in there doing those, like, that menial job when he's like a geneticist? is you get the same vibes as the Weasel Man from Andor.
Again, I'm not caught up on Andor,
Oh,
so how about I watch it and then I catch up on you with that?
yeah.
If anybody's interested in watching Grim and Lydell talk about Andor, go ahead and watch those on the Nerdy Couch channel here. But
This
for now, we're going to carry on.
this show would make an awesome RPG.
Yeah,
So,
this show in particular.
I think I mean, that's just weird. So there are some great RPGs like Star Wars RPGs that are out there where you can actually swap between characters in these RPGs, and you can like collect a team with, a Mandalorian on it and a Jedi and like a assassin droid like our IG-88 and stuff like that all come together on a team, and you get to play like that. So they're great games.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to play them, play them.
I want to get into some of the Star Wars games. I think it'd be awesome, especially like some of the newer ones. They look fantastic.
Oh, cool. Kind of like Genshin. I don't know that I've actually ever played Genshin. But sure, possibly.
Yeah. Lydell and Laura seem to have like a great conversation with each other.
They are.
They're very in tune with each other.
Knights of the Old Republic, by the way, is I think the game. Anyway,
we're now in this plaza.
Yes.
Okay.
Carnival.
Right, where again we see her with a red popsicle, which the real name for that popsicle. You called it something earlier.
I don't remember.
All
I don't
right.
remember what I called it earlier.
Like this scene is just all her playing him like a dog, like
buttering him up, taking him
telling
out.
him everything she needs to hear, or he needs to hear, and stuff like that. And all leading towards like her initial goal, right?
Yeah, I did enjoy like some of these scenes where, like for instance, where they got to see the mountain. Which is basically the only thing from the planet's surface that you can still see.
And it was kind of neat how she tricked him into like trying to touch it and stuff like that, and the patrol bots or whatever, getting him in trouble and stuff like that.
Not only does he get in trouble for almost touching the mountain, but he drops his popsicle, and it gives him trouble for littering.
So, I did take a snap of this guy here, which is a kind of a street performer type deal.
Yep.
And the reason I did that is because this guy is Dean Cundy, which is a cinematographer for the show.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool when they put these people in as a side character or something like that, even if it's just a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Like he also does. He also did work on Back to the Future.
Oh, nice.
And he was actually the guy who took the photo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so like it's kind of neat.
Nice.
Right?
Good Easter egg.
So back at the is it the embassy housing? The ambassador, or what is it?
Something like that.
Something along that lines, right? He has to check in with this patrol bot, or this what is it? Parole bot. Okay. And he is not enjoying himself.
No.
When he's talking to this thing. In fact, he even at one point lies when it asks him if he has any discretions with the New Republic.
Yeah, if he's resentful or anything, yeah.
And he does that tell again where he plays with his ear.
Yep.
Right? You can just see the progression in his mind.
Yeah.
Right? Because she is again, playing him like a fiddle.
Oh yeah.
Her goal is to get him to go and get one of these portable research kits,
Yeah.
right? Portable
But
labs or something like that.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's like the portable lab thing. I feel like he could have, if he really put his mind to it, figured out a better way to continue his research or do something. Like one of those real rich people are probably gonna, like, they would have offered him up money or something to
Yeah.
go and do these things. It's ridiculous.
Anybody who's watching, let us know if we have any issues. I'm getting a symbol that's suggesting that maybe the internet is bad.
Oh yeah.
So let us know if we get all choppy,
I
and we'll try to fix that.
I don't feel choppy.
I don't feel choppy either, but you know, you never know. Okay, like I said, my Mandalorian counts have been down.
Well, you gotta pick them back up then, man.
You know, I got to get them back up. You know, so she convinces him to sneak out. Okay, to sneak out of frame. What are you doing? I don't understand you.
Do you not?
All
I
right.
was just being very sneaky. I've been choppy a couple of times, but not too bad.
Okay. Okay. See,
I'm a basement dweller, man.
yeah, he's in mom's basement. All right. The whole train scene.
Yeah, I love the train scene. It was
Okay.
fun.
Where again, she even gets to the point where she's a little flirty.
Yeah.
To get the point across and stuff. You know. I should have taken a picture of the character that is standing in the train. I just
Yes.
loved his design, and I didn't
Oh, the big dude?
get to pick the big dude.
I don't know that I know what he is.
You know, I'd love to get a picture of him because I think that he was a great design. You know, it was one of those very practical looking characters where like it was probably a little bit of puppetry or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And you know,
And
yeah, it was
they love doing the puppetry in these, like, even all these years later when they could use like pure
CGI and stuff like
CGI
that.
and stuff like that.
So yeah, if you can find that guy, that's fine. If not, we'll carry on. But she tricks him into going to this Imperial Star Destroyer.
Which is always fun to see.
Right? It's fun to see it in a different light. You know,
All smashed up.
I mean, they do get smashed up, I guess, but like it's not in the air and stuff like that. It's at a docking port or a grave, like a ship graveyard.
Well, and they're disassembling it like they're disassembling the Empire, right? That's
Yeah.
another big thing that I like that this episode shows is that they're basically just trying to erase everything.
Yeah, for sure. They sneak in. The goal is to find a research, some research equipment, right?
Yep.
Like I struggle to figure out why she needs this.
Right? Like he never stops to think why she's leading him through all of this stuff.
At this point, he doesn't even know that she's playing him.
And like,
right?
Is it? Does she just want him hooked up to the machine in the end? Is that?
Well,
is
here's
that
the thing:
end
is
goal
that
there?
like there's been some theory that that it's his research that she's looking for, right? So could like, but I don't understand why he's not more valuable than the equipment,
Right.
right? Unless somehow, because let's just carry on here. They get caught. Okay. Now,
accidentally on
purpose, they get caught. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But then she puts him in the mind flayer. Okay. unless at some point, in some way, this is actually taking data from
I
him.
don't
I
think
don't.
it's taking. I think it's like the way that I understood the mind flayer is that it was like frying him out, right?
Yeah, or at the very least, it's erasing thought or memory.
Right.
You know, um, I just don't understand why he's not more valuable than some portable equipment.
I
Right?
don't.
Why she needs to trick him into all of this, right? Only to get rid of him.
I
And
don't.
then, they put him in there, and the attendants that are putting him in there, they intend to put him in there at a very low dosage, and it's not supposed to unalive him. It's just supposed to kind of help him with his transition to the New Republic.
Can we please give a shout out to the doctor, the Mon Calamari doctor that's there?
Yeah.
And then the It's a Trap reference.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was so excited that they threw that in there, because
it was one of those Easter eggs that was definitely well thought out, and it was well received.
Yeah, I love it.
Right.
I loved it.
Anyway, so we do have him in this thing. It's not intended to unalive him at all, right?
No.
But she has different intentions. Okay, and she turns it up to 11.
Yeah. And I literally was trying to figure out why she would turn it up to 11 the entire time, and I just couldn't.
Yeah, like, I mean, if
pull
I
that
have
out
questions, if you have questions, then I have questions, because you understand this stuff a lot more than I do. Okay,
I'm missing something, but
was this episode hard to follow?
no, it was easy to follow. And I knew that it was a show builder because they have to do it at some points, but like it was a little under on the characters, I think.
Yeah, I just don't think, like, there was a lot of unnecessary to it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, right? Did it get what they needed done?
Yeah, I think they moved the story along, and I think they've alluded to a bunch of interesting things that'll keep us guessing. So that's nice.
I hope that it all comes together in a manner that feels right. Right?
Yeah.
Where you can look back and go, okay, well, that makes more sense now. Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the episode in the episode.
Yeah.
That I was talking about earlier. And now we are back to the main episode, and the part of the episodes that I truly do enjoy. Okay. We're back from commercial.
Yes.
Essentially.
Long commercial.
All right. And now we get a scene where they've come back to that. Where is this? Do we know where this is?
I don't recall seeing or hearing where it was.
But the armor and the rest of the Mandalorian crews are here, and this is a good scene of that ship. That's a good shot of that ship, and how the landing gear forces the wings up and stuff like that. It's a gorgeous ship.
That's the Gauntlet.
That thing's great.
I think it's I can't pronounce it, Cromker class transport and assault vessel, I believe.
So they come back in, and he has to prove that he has been to the living waters. Okay.
Yes.
And so the bottom scene is the first episode where she's pouring the water in.
Yeah.
And it looks the same as the top scene where she pours the water in now. Okay. And now he has proven that he has been to the living waters.
I
Okay.
have been to the Holy Land.
All right. And now I will tell you, word for word,
Verbatim. Yeah.
this is how the ending of this episode went.
Okay.
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 Because the armorer says to Din,
By the
you're
way,
all good, bro.
Yeah.
All right. It's a damn fine ship. I agree with you. Let's have another quick look at that ship real quick.
Yeah.
What a damn fine ship.
it's a fine ship.
It is gorgeous, isn't it? It's gorgeous.
I did a quick peek and I was correct. It is. Those are Death Watch ships, like they were used by
Okay.
Death Watch.
All right. So that's canon then. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Gorgeous ship, you know.
Beautiful.
But this is how this episode ends.
Okay.
She says to Jin, "You're all good, bro."
Mhm.
All right. And Din says, "Thanks, bro." And then she turns around to Bo and says, "You too, girlfriend?" And Bo replies, "Say what?"
Yeah.
Word for word, I think that's how that went.
That was. That's pretty close. Yeah.
All right. This is the way.
This is the way.
All right.
And that's that thing that you were alluding to earlier, like that you didn't see coming, that she also took a dip in the waters.
And I have to admit that, like, I didn't consider, for some reason, I completely didn't consider the fact that when she dove into the waters, she was being redeemed.
Yep. Just all redeemed.
And then again, I look back and I go, she didn't take her helmet off. Right? Again, was it intentional? You know?
Again, though, they flew all the way here.
You know, she has a motive.
There must be a reason. I mean,
okay,
it could be another breadcrumb that is not real, but
that's kind of lost and stuff like that.
The episode name was The Convert. So
okay, the way she looks at the mythosaur skull when she is told that that she's been redeemed, you know, there's something there.
Something going on.
Something's going on there. I need to know more. She's a clever lady.
Yes.
All right. Are her motives pure? Does she truly want to? Because she does not walk the ways of the Mandalore.
Of these Mandalore.
She has her own Kree. All right. What does it take for her to change that? I don't think this is it. I mean, she did see, she's one of the only people in it, how long to see a mythosaur.
She's probably the only person alive to ever see a mythosaur.
All right. So is that enough for her to change her ways? Who knows?
We're going to find out.
Well, Disney knows.
Yeah, Disney knows.
All right. We're going to find out soon because you can join us next time. Except for it won't be on a Friday.
No.
Next time it will be on Saturday.
Back to Saturdays.
Why?
And it will be live in studio.
It's because The Last of Us is done, and you know we don't have to concentrate on that. I'm terribly sad it's done.
Yes.
But we don't have that show to worry about after tomorrow, which you can join us tomorrow to see us talk about the final episode of
The Last
of Us, Last of Us, until the next Last of Us,
right?
Which is season 2.
Yes.
Join us there. We'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Remember, unless you got something to talk about.
Do I have something to talk about? No, I don't think so.
Well,
I mean, it's probably time to do that thing.
Oh, can we? We'll definitely do a banana ratings because, let's be fair.
Yes.
Okay, the banana ratings have gone down for me.
Yeah. No,
okay?
it's accurate. I mean,
I stayed at an 8 for this show so far.
Yeah.
I've been at a solid 8 out of 10 bananas, and whew, do I go down to a 6 or do I stay around a 7? It's a tough one. I'm gonna stay at a gee whiz.
You can
Going
have
down to a,
you can have a half a banana.
I'm going
It's
down.
okay.
I'm going to a 6.5 then. I think
Okay.
a 6.5 because I did enjoy the parts with the Mandalorian and Bo, and because she my Bo.
Yeah.
All right. The other parts kind of fell flat for me a little bit.
Fair.
I do understand that they were world building parts.
Mm-hmm. In a huge world, like
Yes.
one that's hard to keep up with if you've not seen all of the things.
But are they the most interesting characters?
No, they were not.
They're not. So I'm going to stand solid at a 6.5. Give myself some room to grow.
That's good. That's good. When I'm looking at this episode and I'm watching all of these things that are kind of building up to what I think is going to be the Snoke piece, and when I'm pairing that with the Bad Batch and all of the tidbits of things that they're throwing in there around clones and whatnot, and those things starting to come together, plus the hints at Moff Gideon and Ezra, Admiral Thrawn, all of the things that they've packed into this episode just covertly. I'm gonna sail around 7.5, and the reason that I'm even dipping to a 7.5 is just I didn't find the interactions between these characters as interesting as I wanted to.
Now I feel like I'm more excited to see what comes of it than I am of the actual episode itself. So
Wow.
that's again.
I got to hang out on Coruscant for the day. So.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with a little bit a day on Coruscant. So, hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll be back, like we said, next week with another episode. Take care, guys, and always remember, okay, to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, and also
hit those comments.
Comment up on that, okay? We love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
So take care, guys.
Love you guys.
Peace.